Of those 3 dates, when will you present the proposed maps of the public and or the council can comment on that?
We anticipated receiving feedback and just presenting the final on November 13th.
But isn't part of the process commenting on the proposed?
It's taking public comments, and I'm sure the city attorney's office is welcome to comment, that just taking the feedback without presenting any sort of interim step between the present map and the final map, just to take the feedback itself.
So there will be no comment period on the final map, is what I'm hearing.
That is correct. There will be no proposed step in between the present and the final, other than comments.
So it's either we approve it or we don't approve it, or it just is.
You know, I'm going to clarify or expand on Randy's comments. In the past, even when we only had the 4 districts and there were some small alterations in the district lines, we still put those out in draft form, allowed the community to comment on the lines that were drawn before we went final. And I thought that was a mandatory part of the part of the process.
The charter doesn't give us a real hard and fast procedure for doing this. They basically say that the clerk has to take the census information and demographics into consideration. She has to have equally sized districts, and that she does the map, and it must be within a certain number of days prior to the election. The procedure that the city clerk has set out isn't specifically prohibited by the charter code. It's not really addressed, and so what procedure she comes up with is sort of the clerk's procedure. She is seeking public input before she brings the final district map forward, but the clerk does draw the districts. It's not something the council has to, the council draws, the clerk draws the districts.
You know, I checked with some Denver council members just to see how they do this, and in Denver they actually form a committee up from council. It's a subcommittee of council that actually works with the clerk to do some of the public input into the process. You know, since this is new for us, and I know we've never had a discussion on what the process would be. I'm wondering if we couldn't do that. We council couldn't have some input or some recommendations into a process. I'll be surprised if council wouldn't like to have some public input into the proposed map prior to it being presented as a final map. And it's just a recommendation I would have, and it's something that maybe we can talk about for future. Even it's kind of come upon us this year, but a real process that we go through where the public has input, council has input before the final map is actually presented. That would be a recommendation.
I have the city charter in front of me. The city charter says, on or before November 1st of the year preceding the city election in which all district council members are to be elected, the city clerk shall prepare a report districting the city into 6 elected districts having substantially equal proportions. All the area in each district shall be contiguous. Upon completion of the report, the city clerk shall set a public hearing on the report concerning the division of the city into 6 election districts. The city clerk shall cause to be published at least 14 days before the hearing, the report, a map, and written description of the election districts, and the time and place of the public hearing. In section 51402, any person may protest the district upon the grounds that the districts are contrary to law or in the spirit or intent of the city charter. So it seems to me like we must have a public hearing on the draft.
The clerk is to conduct those, though, because the clerk prepares.
Well, you said that we were just told there would be no public hearing on the draft. The final will be published, and that's it.
Is that what
There was not going to be a proposed map, and what I'd like to do is the city clerk, although does report into the chief of staff and ultimately to the mayor, we are not to give direction to this process. That is an independent process, so I think I need to leave that in the hands of the city attorney to interpret the charter and provide advice to council.
Well, the charter is very clear.
Yes, I would agree with that. The clerk is required to seek that public input before there is a final one that is presented, and the clerk does the final districting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But she needs to present a draft, and we're saying the chief of staff just said there would be no draft.
Well, I do want to apologize. I didn't hear that part. We will work with the clerk's office to make sure that the requirements of the charter are complied with.
Great.
Thank you.
Jan?
I guess my point is, more than just complying with the requirements of the charter, it would be nice if we had a public process and a process the council was involved in. You know, I agree, Laura, we don't want to, it's not our job to impact the clerk's decision on how these lines are drawn, but I do think the public and council would like to participate in that process, and I just state that up front. This is the first time we've done this, and I think we could work together and find a process that everybody's comfortable with. Would be my hope input.
Angela?
I can understand that, you know, we have to have a public process and we want to follow the charter, but I think it would be, I don't know, I sort of like to have my hands off of when we get it out there to the public and get a final with having an election come in April and 6 positions up on council. If this council discussed districts and has input, I don't know how that would look to the public. I think it'd be better to have a third person party follow the rules of, you know, certain districts, certain size, precinct numbers. But I do understand we do need to have a process for our charter. Now, I'm sure we follow our charter, but I'd be concerned about having 9 council members when 6 of them, it will affect them in the process.
I've never known a council member to say, I think the district line should be drawn here versus there. But what I have heard from the community on multiple, again, this is before we went to 6, what I heard from the community is show us the district lines as soon as possible so that we can decide if we want to have candidates or if I as a candidate individual might want to run. So I don't think we've ever had a case of councilors tinkering with the lines. I think it's more of a question of getting with the community. I would ask the city attorney's office to look at this. And I share Bernie's concerns. I want to be very clear that we want to be in complete compliance with the city charter and that we follow the charter because
I was not implying that city council should be drawing the districts. I'm saying the public should have a right to comment on the draft districts before they're final.
Understood. And we will work with the clerk's office.
thank you. And it's even more doubly so because there are individuals that are thinking about running for district seat. And the sooner we let them know what district they're going to be in, the more open or transparent our